The day my father's spirit wept for me. They say the village has ears. But on that day, what I heard, and what I saw, will stay with me for the rest of my life. It is the reason I'm telling this story now. Because some stories, if left untold, continue to haunt the soil where they happened. It was the rainy season in Amuru. The clouds always hung low like they carried secrets too heavy for the heavens. The wind carried whispers, not of spirits, but of things too dark for ordinary mouths to say aloud. That evening, I was sitting quietly under the ogbono tree near Mama Ejima's compound. The air was thick, like it knew something terrible was coming. I watched the goats lazily chewing beside the cassava sacks, and children ran past chasing each other with laughter. For a brief moment, everything felt normal. Until I heard it. A scream. Loud. Piercing. But not just any scream, it was the kind that reaches inside your soul and pulls at your chest. It was the kind that sounded like death had finally entered someone's home. Chinya. Chinya. Where are you? It was Mama Isa's voice. I will never forget how it cracked, like something was breaking deep inside her throat. People began to gather. Old women dropped their firewood. Young boys who were wrestling froze in place. Even the wind stopped blowing. And then we saw her. She lay just off the bush path behind the cassava farm, half covered in torn leaves and dirt. Chinya. Only 14. Innocent. The soft-spoken girl who always smiled at me whenever I helped her fetch water. Her wrapper was ripped. Her legs were scraped. Her face had swollen bruises, and her eyes, her beautiful, curious eyes, were wide open, staring into a place beyond this world. But she was no longer here with us. I couldn't breathe. My chest tightened as I stepped closer. There was blood, fresh, warm, and thick. Someone had hurt her. Violated her. Then discarded her like she was nothing. Mama Is fell to the ground and screamed until her voice vanished. Her husband, Is, stood still for a long time, then bent down, pressed his hand on her chest, and whispered something I couldn't hear. He rose and said, I will find who did this. Even if it means giving up my own life. Some elders tried to explain it away. Maybe it was a spirit, they said. Perhaps she wandered into the wrong part of the bush and disturbed the gods. But I had seen something. Just moments before the scream, I saw a man walking out from the farm. He limped slightly, dragging one leg like the hunter who had been banished from our village the previous year. Okarik. He was once a respected hunter, but after his wife accused him of touching his own daughter, the village had driven him out. No one heard from him again. Until now. The elders hesitated. Let us not jump to conclusions, they said. Let the gods decide. But the gods were silent. 2 days later, Okarik returned. As if nothing had happened. He said he had changed. That he was coming back to ask for forgiveness. But his eyes never met anyone's. He avoided the farm path. And he flinched every time someone mentioned Chinya's name. The council of elders summoned him to the shrine. They asked him to swear before the gods that he had nothing to do with her death. He refused. That night, a terrible storm came over Amuru. Thunder ripped through the sky like it was angry. Lightning struck the palm tree beside Okarik's hut, splitting it into two. The next morning, he was gone. Disappeared. No footprints. No belongings. Just silence. Some said he ran. Others said the gods took him. But I know what I saw. And even now, years later, I sometimes see a figure standing near the cassava farm when the moon is low, limping slowly through the mist, as though haunted by a sin too heavy to carry. As for me, I still hear Chinya's voice in my dreams. Sometimes she's laughing, like she used to when she played with her younger brothers. Sometimes, she's crying. But always, she's asking, why didn't anyone save me? I have no answer. All I can do now is speak. Tell her story. Refuse to let her memory be buried in silence. Because on the day she died, I believe my father's spirit wept for me. Not because I was in danger, but because he knew that I would carry this sorrow for the rest of my life. And that is the burden of witnessing pain, the kind that digs into your soul and never lets go. Watch out for part 2.